Hi everyone, I'm Carla.
And I'm Lanes.
And together we're the After Deck.
We chat about the latest Below Deck episodes each week.
Let's dive in, Lanes.
Can't wait. Carla and I are so excited to welcome Chef Tzarina to the After Deck podcast.
Welcome, Tzarina, to the After Deck pod. Yay.
Thank you for having me on the After Deck. I've been waiting for this.
Oh, we have waited so long to get you on this podcast. We're so excited. So thank you for taking the time.
Oh, always. Anything for you guys. What time is it for you guys?
Oh, it's 5 a.m.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine. There is caffeine on board instead of our usual vino.
And Tzarina, I start a new job today as well. I've been up since like 3 a.m. I was like, it's okay. It's worth it. It's for Tzarina.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so sweet. I appreciate it. The new job. Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, you're going to do great. All right.
It's all right. It's okay. I've had an anxiety pill. It's fine. We're going to be okay.
Brilliant. I've been on those this whole season, so I get it.
And also love the shirt.
Oh, why, thank you. It's part of my new branding. You just got to own it sometimes.
Where can we get one?
Oh, I actually have a link on my Instagram.
Okay,
So,
awesome.
Please. I know. For all my fellow weirdos out there.
Well, you'll probably see us rocking one soon. I loved it when you did that.
Probably one of my finer moments. I think this season compared to my first has been a bit more like oh God, without Asia's weirdness, it's like it's just really just me. It's just me on this one. like Asia and I could bounce back a lot first season, and it just came across as more normal. And now I realize how we're just two weirdos together.
Carla and I were talking about that actually, like your first season with Aisha. It was so different to this season now with Lara. So
yeah.
And surprisingly, when you first started, you had a friendship with Lara. You wanted to bunk with her, and you really wanted to get into this season with her. Are you disappointed?
Yeah, like hugely.
Yeah.
Like it was the whole journey was such like a head mess up for me from like even the fact that I know that they wanted her on Below Deck and other franchises, and I basically begged for her to be with me because she was like, I'm only going to do it if I'm with you, to get me all excited.
Yeah.
So then literally from day one, I'm on weird Barbie and weird this and being put down. I was like, oh God, what have I done? For it just to get gradually just work.
What surprised you the most when you watched it back?
I mean, I think, I don't know if it's surprising, but I think it was just more validation, because at the time I just thought I was going mad, because I was cooking for almost 20 hours a day and isolated from a lot of the crew anyway. I thought that I was isolating myself, but now watching back, it's like, oh no, she's actually trying to isolate me, and it's not in my head. I'm here trying to make efforts, but, it was just... her constantly trying to pull people away from me, and I guess like all the comments as well. And like some of them very surprising, especially this last episode when I was like, okay. Yeah. No, I think it's just a bit shocking when it's just like, I finally stuck up for myself, which I'm actually really proud of myself about. But I was actually, when it was happening, I think seeing like my waves of emotion through it, of just like being shocked that I shouted, because I've never raised my voice in a kitchen before, to then, okay, and now it's on TV, and now it's at someone who's meant to be my friend and doing something like quite spiteful, to be honest. But it's like my back was so far against the wall that I was like, for someone to push me that far back, and I finally stick up for myself, to then her, the first reaction is to go straight to Brie and be like, yeah, so Tzarina was fired off the last boat?
Yes. Carla and I, when we watched it, we just looked at each other and went, what?
Like, it's just like it's like these constant little, like, I won,
Yeah.
like constantly. It's like you just can't compete. I think this is why, like, before, like with the plates and everything, I was like, I can't win with this girl. And even as soon as I try and stand up for myself, then bam, she just has to get in there. And it was just constant. And
Yeah.
it was too much of my mental health. I just like, let me focus on the food, you know? That's I'm here to cook.
Yeah. It's not about the plates. It's not about the plates.
We thought that you went a really long time staying professional and not throwing anyone under the bus and trying to just keep it like...
You never spoke about anyone else as a head of department, only to either Jason or whenever it was necessary, never to any other crew. Even when Bree came into you, so sad. Oh my God, we ride at dawn for Bree.
Yeah.
So she was really upset and you still didn't say anything. I think you just said something like, I'm here for you if you ever want to talk. You're doing really well. So we really wanted to acknowledge that. We've noticed that in both your seasons that you really never throw anyone under the bus and go directly to people if needed.
No, I just, I try and like thrive to be like as professional as possible. And I think because, I have a background of, being bullied at school and stuff, like when people are upset, like I want to be that safe place. But it's like, I think it was like almost the same. I think Anthony, my sous chef, and Lara kind of had like the same sort of personality in a way that to get power, they have to put other people down. When I like to lift people up and, support people. So even if Brie is coming to me crying, like when Alicia was crying, that was Lara's opportunity to yes, 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 like perfect. We can make Tzarina look bad. When Brie comes to me and just in the most respectful way possible, just like, no, I'm here for you. I'm here to help. I didn't say anything bad about Lara, would never put her down.
Yeah.
I know that her job is super, super hard. And Lara was doing like she needed an extra stewardess on that boat. She worked her ass off. She really, really, really did. But like, I'm never going to take that away from her. And what happened with like her and I personally shouldn't have to do anything about, the other crew. There was so many things that happened on my last boat with her, which was so toxic and so horrible that I have still been completely silent and didn't tell any crew member. When I have people reaching out to me that have worked with her before being like, you poor thing, she did it to me too. And I not once in the season put poison into other people's minds like she did about me, And there was just not that same level of respect for each other. But I also feel like I did, like when I started chefing, I was in the restaurant industry, and it was always like we would scream at each other, say the most disgusting things to each other. I had chefs on purpose burn me. Like we get through the shift, it's full on, the food's out, the food's perfect. And at the end of the night, we're all sat there having a beer laughing about it.
Right.
But, and I think because that's what maybe I'm used to, it's like, okay, well, we can have these things, but it doesn't mean that it has to continue outside of that. What happens in the kitchen stays in the kitchen. Yeah, that just wasn't the same kind of respect.
No, the kitchen leaked.
The kitchen, I probably, because I raised my voice so much, my lord, I don't shout, man. And I remember when I felt my knees shaking, I was like, oh my God, I raised my voice, I was shaking. I was like, act cool, act cool. I was like, go to Daddy Jason, have to talk to Jason. And like the first thing I said to Jason was, I just shouted. I just shouted. And I think I was just in shock at myself because in my whole career, I actually raised my voice, which I've never done. I was like, there's got to be a problem if I've just been spiteful and raised my voice. Like, there's got to be a bigger issue here,
We also really liked your chat with Jason. I thought we both said that was really decent of you. Like the first thing you said was, I've just shouted and, I need your advice.
Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't like, who else am I meant to go to? Like, Nate's new. I don't want to drag any other head of department into it. It's between Lara and I. I'm sure people are going to see it like I'm running to Daddy, but it's like Jace has been a mate of mine for so long. you know, so, and he is the only person I would want to talk to about this. And he's so good at, you know, getting two sides of the story and understanding. And like, I was so excited about, okay, Jason's going to sit down with Lara and I, we're going to have a conversation. It's going to be fine. Like, I was so like, we're going to sort this out. It was one hiccup. I fucked up. She fucked up. To then we sit down to have a conversation and Lara just goes.
It's not meant to
It's
be.
like what? Like, we're here to sort it out. You know, like,
It was
I
tricky.
think it's a very small situation that got really, really exaggerated.
Can you give us any inklings on what happens next with that?
To tell the truth, I don't actually really remember what happened next. I know what happened personally, but I know what I can't tell you. But
And you don't know what they're going to show, I guess.
yeah, I don't know what they're going to show, but like, it's just, all I will say is, when my back is against the wall, I know that I do stupid things, and I am shitting a brick about watching my reactions of how I try to like deal with it. I'm like, okay, I've done something wrong. How do I fix this? I don't know. And I feel like everything that I should have done, my neurodivergent brain just went the complete opposite direction of what any normal person would ever do.
I don't think you're alone in that, Tzarina. I think.
Well, I don't know. Like, I do. I felt like every time I stepped out that galley, I felt like Gollum coming out the cave, because I just had like no windows or anything. And then, you know, trying to find people like, my precious, come join me, be my friend, you know, and just, it was, I mean, I know personally, I did not act the way I should have done. I think once my back was against the wall and she had already made up her mind, I was just a bit like, just ended up even isolating myself even more. I think definitely the most lonely experience of my life.
Oh.
I've had so much therapy since then, and now I just got, it's like, you're in a good space, and now again it's like, hi Sam. Yeah, three times a day would be great. But no, it's going to be interesting to see the ride of the next 3 episodes until the end. It's
3 to go.
At least we can laugh about it now.
Yes.
One of our favorite moments of you was, now I can say, a Gollum moment, when you like sidled into the cabin when Brie and Lara were laying in the bed with your beer and your tights, and you put your leg up and you're like, what in the lesbian is this? I'm like, yes, we loved all those little Gollum bits where you were like coming out to play.
The other thing that we really enjoyed was the ocean. When you were all swimming and you were trying to hold on, and you were like...
The only thing I will say is those women have nice breasts to weigh them down with. I am part of the itty bitty titty committee, and I just felt like I didn't have those to hold me down on the sand and place me in a sexy way. Unfortunately, I'm not that wound down in that area, but I don't know what angle I was at, but that sea did not like me that day. But I really thought, in my head going in, I was like, God, look how sexy they are. I'm going to go join them.
It was so funny.
It just completely 360. I tried. I really did try.
It was hilarity.
You did talk about Jason before, or Daddy. Obviously, he is very well liked amongst every female out there.
And male.
And male.
And male. I mean, he's got all the following.
Yeah. Is he as lovely as he is on TV?
Oh, I think, the thing with Jason is that when you're with him in person, he is as lovely, but he's just like a cheekier version of himself. Like he is just great. Like, we actually hung out just before he left for. Obviously, everyone knows about they're filming the next season. I think everyone knows that. Yeah. So obviously, I saw him a few days before he went out, and like basically just laughed the restaurant down. He's
so good.
He's a good one to hang out with. If you ever get the opportunity, definitely try and hang out with Jason.
Oh, sorry. No problems there.
Yeah, I do always make a joke that every time we walk into a restaurant, as we leave, we have to like sweep up all the wedding rings on the floor. Just
How are you going? Any thoughts on the Jason tattoo?
you know,
Still going there?
I think it's a great idea. Maybe I try it out. I don't know how happy my mother will be about it, but yeah, maybe I should try. I liked how he thought it was a good idea as well.
I liked how he immediately went to what font?
Yeah, font do we do it? Bold Roman numerals.
Are we allowed to talk about season 4? In the like, obviously, everyone knows that you're not in it.
I know. What a surprise!
But are you allowed?
Well, the thing is, it's like I think they're creating the most incredible hybrid season ever, and like the announcements that you've had so far are nothing compared to what you guys are actually going to see. And unfortunately, I'm not part of the hybrid, so I'm like old news now.
Like, so it wasn't your choice.
Well, I didn't really know what was going on. I don't know what plans they have for me, because obviously they do their switcheroonies all the time. But that season wasn't designed around what I would be part of at the time of my career with Below Deck.
Okay.
But you guys have a lot to look forward to. Hopefully they get it into edit quickly, because I'm even curious, because I know more than you.
We have a grand plan for you.
Okay.
We would like you to move over to Med with Aisha and Sandy.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Could you imagine I'll be with a lesbian? Yes. I'll try not to hit on Sandy like I do Jason, because I think that line would be very, very cross. To tell the truth, the only thing I'd be worried about with working with Sandy, because I know that she's fired someone over not calling her captain. And because I'm so like scatty and neurodivergent that, I'm just with the fairies half the time, I'll just be so worried that I'll say something really inappropriate by accident.
But I think that if Sandy was aware of that, then she'd be okay.
Can you imagine the first time walking out with my backpack on to do the first greeting, like, hi, it's me.
I'm your chef.
No, you three would be the dream team to watch, I'm telling you.
That if I could ever be back with Asia again in any way possible, my Lord, like I really wanted to try and see her while I was in America, but she had to go and do something extra famous because she's so famous now, which I'm so proud of her about. But my Lord, like the season that I've just done with Down Under, even though like for the provisions I had and stuff, like all my guests were always like very, very happy so far and everything, but I didn't feel like I could showcase exactly what I could do. But I'll be honest, but Lara kind of put me down so much that I actually haven't worked on a boat since.
Oh.
And I've been like, really like, well, am I good enough? Because that's kind of how she got in my brain with like, she had to critique kind of like everything that I was doing. Then like I always really looked up to Lara, and I think I was just always looking for like her like approval in a way, and I never got it. And so I've been quite nervous about, well, maybe I'm just not good enough for yachting,
No, I think that you need to listen to the guests, and there was absolutely no complaints about your food.
Yeah, I know. I think it's just more like a mental thing, but my therapist and I have been like working through it and like getting the confidence back. But I do think that being around Asia again and that energy and not feeling weird and like an outsider, I think would
Asia's
really
divine.
help.
Yeah, she's just a good egg.
Like sharing a cabin with her and everything. Like I think I thought it would be the same with Lara, and I just feel like I really messed up. I think I thought I had like a game plan. Well, like I'll get my maid on, and then it's good, like I was like, I've got this down, this is gonna be the best season ever. And then suddenly I was like, I fucked up. This is the complete opposite of what I planned in my head and what I imagined with my ADHD brain every day before, being like, this is gonna be so much fun, to then being like, okay, I got this really wrong, but nah, Asia, Sandy, and I think would smash it. And if they could just like set up like a nice like 6'2" ex Calvin Klein model in
Oh,
there,
yeah.
just a deckhand, but a model like that. I don't know, single guy. I don't know if I could just slip that in as well with the casting. I think that'd be pretty good.
Okay, we'll put it to them.
Yeah, because we've
If
got
you
so
could
much pull.
send them an email.
We'll sort it, don't worry.
Are we ready for our games yet?
Yeah.
We do games.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Jesus.
I know
They
they're
better not
really.
be hard. I hate it when Andy does this and Watch What Happens live as
No.
well, because my brain's like...
Oh, no. My brain is similar, Tzarina, so it's fine.
This is low tech, Tzarina.
Yeah, this is a lowbrow Joni Mawari.
Okay, what about this? You can pick which game you want first.
Well, it's fuck, marry, kill.
That's easy.
And then mystery menu. Ooh, where we give you 3 ingredients and then you just give us some random thing that you'd make. Or this or that.
Which is basically what I had to do every single day on that season, because getting food to the Seychelles, it was like ready, steady, cook every night.
We have Ready Steady Cook here in Australia too.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I love that.
I was like, this one would be hard for Tzarina because she's not a 3-ingredient gal.
No.
Yeah, that's true. Unless I can stick like a gold flake or an edible flower or something on it.
So fuck, marry, kill. Here's your first lot of 3. Jason, Culver, or
It's Vihan.
Vihan.
Carla calls him Wigan. And I was like, it's
Wigan.
Stop.
That's because one of our listeners accidentally typed Wigan in one of...
Is it really fucked up that my brain just went to all of them with Jason because a female spider kills their prey after they have sex with them?
No, not fucked up at all.
Yeah, because I feel like I just was so focused on Jason. I was like, well, yeah, I'll marry him and fuck him and then... yeah.
Jason is all 3. Is that what you're saying, Tzarina?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
But
we like-
Jason's 3 of Jason would also be great as well.
Yeah, Jason trumps everything, doesn't he?
Okay, the next 3, Sandy, Kerry, Jason.
That's so difficult because I just made friends with Kerry. Oh, and you can't kill a lesbian. Oh, damn it. Well, I feel like I've already killed Jason. So,
Yeah.
So maybe, I'd actually probably marry Sandy because I think I'd have a really nice life set up. I've seen what she's doing with her wife. I'm like, if they need a throuple, I'll be in there in a second.
Yes,
And then Kerry would just be a quick in and out Aussie shag, probably with Tinny afterwards. Yeah.
Quick Aussie shag.
I've been with Australian men before. I used to live in Melbourne. So
Oh, did you?
It did. My grandmother lives in Moonee Ponds.
Oh, wow. Oh, so when are you coming?
Well, actually, if my visa stuff doesn't work out here, I was actually maybe going to be moving back to Melbourne.
Okay, great. When you come to Brisbane, let's hang out.
Oh, perfect.
Brisbane's better weather.
Yeah, I know, but Melbourne is where I can live for free, and I'm still Jewish at the end of the day. Got to save that money.
Oh, well, Melbourne's where you need to be.
It's better for food anyway.
Yeah, I used to do like almost like a bar crawl, but without drinking. I used to get starters at every restaurant, and just like for 3 hours with friends, just get starters sat at the bar at every single place and like eat hop in restaurants in Melbourne.
Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah, that's a great idea. We should do that.
Yeah, but we would drink too.
Yeah, we wouldn't get far.
Yeah, that's true. The third one there, sitting on the table.
Okay, and the last one, Marina, Lara, and Bree.
Ooh, I will probably marry Marina just because I know that she's just purchased 2 houses. So we won't be doing a prenup with that one. Bree, I would love one night of passion with that woman any day. If that's ever on the table, please let her know. I'm always here for it. And I think that with Lara, I wouldn't put a penny towards the funeral arrangements, but we could just... Was that too bitchy?
That was an obvious one.
That's it. That's it for Fuck, Marry, Kill. We're on to mystery menu. We'll just do one of these because it's
All right.
kangaroo, orange, potato.
Oh, well, that would just do like a kangaroo marinated in an orange sauce. Am I allowed to put sugar and stuff in
Yeah,
it and
you can
add
do
stuff?
some
Yeah.
pantry staples.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I'll do like a very thin slices of potato with star anise to give it a contrast and just rest it on top with the orange sauce.
Oh,
Yum.
we thought this would be hard
Yeah, that
because we
was
were like,
not
what the
hard.
fuck would you do with that?
Uh,
Obviously not chefs, Tzarina.
yeah.
but then also, if there's any gold flake available or edible flour, smash it on top.
You want to do another one, Carla?
Yeah, let's try this one. Maybe this one will be hard. Cucumber, Vegemite, and scallops.
Do you want to know what we talk about after each episode?
Well, come on over to the Patreon because there you can get early ad-free episodes plus our bonus weekly wrap-up show.
We love our Patreon community. Click the link in the show notes and come and join us.
See you there.
Oh, nice. Probably a like reduced cucumber puree with the Vegemite in it, and then just a tiny little sliver on top of the scallops just to pan sear it to like use it as the salt and put it on top.
Like a miso
Yeah, and maybe
situation.
some fresh little cucumber bits around it for like lighter, brighter texture.
Yum. I haven't had breakfast yet.
No, I haven't had
Now I'm
breakfast yet
hungry.
either.
Well, you haven't had breakfast at 5 a.m.
No. Literally rolled out of bed, smashed 2 coffees and drove to Lanza's.
Well, I appreciate you ladies for making this effort for me.
Oh,
No,
cool.
we appreciate you making the effort. Okay, let's do it this or that.
Beach picnic or crew food?
I would rather do crew food any day than a beach picnic.
Easy.
Big spoon or little spoon?
Well, I like mini stuff. I always go with I love mini everything. I love mini stuff so much that I messaged Tabasco and they sent me a collection of mini Tabascos. So now
What are you going to do
I
with
know.
them?
They're so cute.
I kind of feel like Oprah, because I'm like, you get a Tabasco,
yes.
you get a Tabasco. And anyone that comes to the house just gets Tabasco thrown at them now. But
Love
they've
it.
been very generous. I think they sent me like 500 mini bottles.
They're so cute.
I know. I've got an event on Monday. I'm doing a pop-up restaurant with Chef Anthony, Nice Anthony. And I don't know if I should try and put them to get them out because I'm flying back to the UK the next day. So I feel like I should probably get rid of them.
Okay, next one.
Lipstick or mascara?
Well, for me personally, if I was having a gift, I would really appreciate mascara because I feel like it makes my eyes pop more. And when your eyes are popping more, it means you can see more what's happening.
Now, this is a throwback from your first season on Down Under because I remember that your luggage didn't arrive.
Yeah.
And you were so chill about that as well. And then I also remembered that there was a lot of designer gear in that luggage. So I said Louis Vuitton or Gucci.
Okay, so I don't know how, or I've always been quite a Gucci girl, but recently I found out that the Gucci owner
yes.
didn't put the
Female, the daughter?
the daughter into the will, so I actually haven't got any Gucci.
That's what I found out too.
Yeah, I told all my sugar daddies no more Gucci.
Only Louis.
Chanel. Only Chanel from now on. Okay, guys, calm down.
Yeah, we've got to take a stand. Women support women.
You got to support women.
Last one: sous chef or no sous chef?
I like having a sous chef. Like Alicia was great.
Yeah,
she really really was. Like she's something. She is. But just even having her company and someone to talk to, even though she does like to whisper. But
it would be lonely in the galley, like if you were by yourself.
It is. And like when when Anthony left and I did the charter and a half on my own, like I actually seriously found myself like talking to myself.
Yeah.
And that kitchen was so big.
You had the
it
opposite
really-
from the first boat to the
but I actually would take the first boat scally over that one.
Would you? Why?
Because the fridge didn't work properly. I was chucking away produce all the time.
Oh.
The oven didn't work. I actually only had 2 hobs really that worked. The other 2 were twisted round with a pillar in between it. Everything was so dated that like the pots and pans weren't even like non-stick and stuff, and everything I was trying to do was just like, it was just disaster after disaster, and it was like everything was so temperamental. The main reason why you see Alicia washing up all the time is because the dishwasher didn't work properly.
Oh.
Right.
So even though my first season I didn't even have a dishwasher, but that galley was disgusting.
Wow.
Also hadn't been cleaned in so long, with everything with the weevils at the beginning, and actually
That's
how long
right.
that process took. Like, I think people forget about that, and like, yeah, it's just that threw me back like 2-3 days with like any prep or anything I could do, because I was just so focusing on having to get everything out, and I never felt like I could truly catch up on myself after that. Like below deck is all done so quickly. We're on the boat and we go straight away, and in the normal land of yachting you normally have like a week or 2 to prepare a boat,
Right.
so to have the weevils on there, that was, and the maggots.
Oh, I can't cope with maggots.
No, but the thing is, like, you guys see it through the screen, like you guys didn't smell any of it, like you don't understand. You just like you can judge, like people can judge all you like, but my lord, I think that's why I put the tequila back in the fridge. I was like,
That was good.
That was funny.
I'll be having this later.
I was like,
It was a classic below deck stitch up though. It was good. You've always got to have something go wrong.
yeah, I mean, but to tell the truth, it just shows yachting perfectly.
Wow.
Like the amount of boats I've been on and been like, Jesus, they need to set up cameras in here. Like, it really is just the camera people do what they need to do. There's people, like, obviously cameras in the corners and stuff, and we just do our things. But these mistakes and these things, the dramas, the everything, the relationships, the things breaking, it happens constantly. Like, it really is just looking into what the yachting industry is. And even my friends telling me some of the horror stories that are going on their boats at the moment, and being like, oh yeah, we almost sunk the other day, and you're like, great, right? And crew dynamics and stuff as well. Like, it is just a perfect indication of what the yachting industry is like. And this is why I don't understand why these young girls are watching Below Deck going, I'm going to get into the yachting industry. You're like, obviously you don't like sleep or seeing your family.
Yeah, it's certainly a job that I couldn't do. Hats off to all of you, because it looks hard.
Yeah, it is. I think because I have to leave America to sort out some of my visa stuff, because I have to apply for a new visa before I come back, that I was thinking maybe while being in the Mediterranean, I'll just jump on a few temp jobs, like a week here and there, and see if I can ease myself back into it. But it's hard. It's hard, especially when you've got all the mental stuff going on, going, I'm not good enough for yachting. It's a lot. But I've got to do some sort of job. I can't just sell feet photos all day for the rest of my life.
Yeah. And work with Tabasco.
Hey, Tabasco is the best hot sauce you will ever have.
We all love a hot sauce.
Yes, we do, Tabasco. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, we think that you did amazing. We love you, of course. Whatever you do in the future, I'm sure it will be amazing as well.
Well, let's just talk when the season's over.
Okay.
Okay, and then we can have a catch up.
That'd be great.
In Brisbane.
Yeah, hopefully in Brisbane with some vinos. That would be nice.
100%.
And you won't have to drink water in between. It's okay.
Oh, how nice. Daddy Jason, have you had your water? Have you had your water? We're like, I just had a sip of beer, man. I'm excited. Thank you, guys. And good luck with your new job.
Thank you. The nerves are starting to kick in, but this has been a highlight of my day. So thank you so much.
It's been great.
You're so welcome. Thank you for waking up so early for me. I appreciate it so much.
Below Deck Down Under airs at 8 p.m. on Bravo, available next day on Peacock. Hey You is NBCU's streaming service. They air Below Deck Down Under in Australia on Tuesdays at 2 p.m, with Bravo in the US. Hey You launched Season 3 of Below Deck Down Under in Australia on February 4. If you'd like to follow us on Insta, you can find us at theaftdeck.pod.
You can also send us an email on theaftdeckpod@gmail.com, and you can listen to us on YouTube at The Aft Deck Pod.
Also, if you're loving our pod as much as we are loving doing it, give us a cheeky 5-star rating and review.
We'll love you forever.
Thanks, guys.